and then we can get underway. Thank you very much. Okay, first question goes to Ken Boland. Good evening, Ken.
Evening, Rayon. Thanks so much. Evening, Jacques. Sia, congratulations on your own superb individual game and obviously on the win. It looked a little bit like someone poked the bear this week. And how much did you actually have to say to the guys this week to produce that second half performance, which must surely rank amongst one of the Springboks' great second half displays?
Thank you so much, man. I think Jacques said it to us in the week. Like he knew there's not much was needed to say, or was needed to be said, but our whole focus, we're actually calm in the week. We're calm, but when we got on the field to train, everything we did, we were intentional about everything we were doing, and we knew the mistakes we made, and that's what Jacques and the coaching staff and management said. We can only control what we can control, and that's what our set piece and the kicking game and the attitude and the physicality is something that you can't push and buy that, and that's why a lot of us have been chosen in this team because we have that, and that's what we needed in the second half, also with discipline. So I think we did what we needed to do, and we knew what we needed to do. But it's only the beginning. There's one more game to go. There's still a lot we can fix. They stole a couple of our goals. We were able to disrupt the game. So it was a.
Thank you, Sia. And next question will come from Leighton Koopman of Rapport. Good evening, Leighton.
Evening, Ray. Thank you. Hi, Jacques. Hi, Sia. Jacques, just for you, this week's talks could have thrown the players, what happened in social media and everything, the noise out there, could have thrown the players off tonight. How pleasing was that response from them?
No.
I think Rayon needs to mute him.
Okay, yeah, better, much better. Now, listen, obviously, Rassie as director of rugby had something on his heart, and it's something that we discussed, and that part is, if I can put it like that, that's off-field stuff. We as a team knew that, listen, we have to focus on rugby, and hats off to the players. We had a proper review. It was a tough week in terms of that because we were hard on each other. I mean, from management, I said last time when I sat here, I said, listen, when people said something about Kwagga, I said it's probably I hanged him out to dry. And that's how our review work. It's not just players, it's coaches as well. And sometimes we get things wrong, and sometimes we get it right. But we put our hand up and say, listen, I made a mistake there. I think we should have done it differently. So that's we just focus on rugby and the stuff that we can control, like Sia said now. And that's basically what they did. The other stuff is off-field stuff, and that was handled by our director of rugby, and that was off-field. Our main focus was on-field.
Thank you, Jacques, and we say good evening to Nathan. Okay, Nathan, can you hear me?
Yes. Good evening, Rayon, Sia, and Jacques. Firstly, congratulations with the win. Pieter-Steph went down early in the first half. Jacques, what was the initial thought process in who to bring on?
No, because Kwagga covers both 6, 7, and 8 for us. I think when Pieter-Steph went down, it was a straight swap for us in terms of getting Kwagga on the pitch.
Thank you, Jacques. Ashfaq Mohammed, you're up next.
Thanks, Rayan. Firstly, to Jacques, how bad is Pieter-Steph's injury? And then secondly, to Sia, it just looked like last week you guys were a bit short of a gallop But with the extra weeks training and having recovered better from COVID, some of the guys who were out just looked so much sharper tonight. Did that really make a huge difference to the guys continuing even in the second half, big hits and real physicality?
I think I did say last week. I said we said as a team, one of the positives is that we got another game under our belt. That was really important, and it helped us a lot. Even though we didn't get the win, but that was one of the positives from last week, and it helped us a lot to see where we can fix, and and our legs were stretched, and we knew what we could do better. And then in the second half, we felt. We felt more prepared, and we knew what we wanted to do. Nothing changed. We didn't do anything differently. We stuck to what we knew. The system helped us quite a lot, but the willingness and the chasing the kicks and making sure that we're winning the scraps, and we're more dominant in this week. And that's what we're going to need next week. And we're grateful that we have another opportunity. So next week, doesn't matter how many games we played. It's the next game is the most important.
On Peter Steph, obviously Peter Steph is a guy that I know that won't necessarily, he won't come off normally in a game. I haven't seen him come off a lot. So, but the assessment hasn't been done by the medical team, and it will probably be 48 hours. Then you'll have a proper diagnose in terms when all the special investigations has been done on him. Then we'll have a proper idea what's going on. But yeah, I mean, he's not normally a guy that comes off in a game. And to latch on to what Sia said, it was the nice thing for us. I think it was our second week of full training since we got together from the 26th. So it was nice to have probably 2 weeks of proper preparation.
And was it his shoulder, Jacques, Peter Steph?
Yes, it was his shoulder. Yeah.
Thank you, Ashraf. Will Keller, are you up next?
Hi, 2 questions, please. Jacques, can we get your opinion on the Cheslin-Colby tackle? There are some in Britain and Ireland that would have thought that was a red card. And secondly, you now see her carrying all the momentum now, and is the plan going to be to physically dominate the Lions again next week?
First thing on the one on Cheslin, I thought it was the right call, what they made. There's a clear process that they follow when they go through foul play, and the process is, to go through it now will take 5 minutes, but I mean there's a clear process. If this happens, you look at that. If that happens, you look at that. And I thought it was followed to the T. Your other question was
Dominating.
Dominating.
Nothing will change for us. We just gotta do things better. The set piece, try and win more of our balls and get more dominance in the scrums and work harder off the ball, OTB, and obviously all about who can control the kicking game. But we're not gonna change much, I think. But we'll see how the week goes. I'm sure coach will have a couple of tricks, but yeah, all the controllables we're gonna try and control better this week.
Greg Lewis, you up next?
Thanks, Ray. Evening, guys. If I could just ask a question to each, Jacques, what was the response from the leadership group this week in terms of just keeping that focus on the rugby and what needed to be done? And Sia, just in terms of the week for you, how challenging was it as captain compared to the test weeks you've had before, and how important was it to make a statement as a player as well?
Firstly on the leadership group, yes, I think we're fortunate as coaches working with this group. I said today, last week 50th cap, this week a 50th cap. It's like everybody is currently coming into these milestone games, and it's unbelievable to have players like that with that amount of experience. For example, last week we lost the kicking game in the second half, and the plans that the players came up with to rectify it during this week was unbelievable, and the creativity they had in handling that, I can just take my hat off. At one stage in the meeting, I was sitting there thinking, I should actually give my win bonuses to them if there is win bonuses. But I mean, that's how fortunate we are to have a group like this. You know, they are creative. They are how can I say? I feel more like more of a facilitator than a coach. You know, because they come up with great ideas, and it's nice to work with a group like that.
Thank you. Pri, you up next?
To Sia, Rail.
What was the question?
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Sorry, Sia, yeah, just the test week for you as captain, the build up, the challenges, and then making a statement as a player.
Yeah, no, we actually talk now about it now. No, it was pretty tough, but you know, to my other leaders, it was really great to have Eben and Paulie and also and Lucanio and you know sitting with the coach and seeing what we can fix. That's what I loved about this week. If there was a problem, we get on top of it together and we fight through it, you know, and we speak through it as a group. And for me personally, just having my family here, you know, my wife, you know, now I wasn't alone in the room. I got home, go to the room. My kids were happy to see me. They don't care what's happening out there. They just see their father coming home. And just having another person to talk to about stuff, you know. My wife prays a lot, so she prayed a lot for me and the team this week. So yeah, that's what kept me sane, you know. That's what kept me good, just being there, having someone to talk to, and my children being happy. And yeah, the environment that Jacques and the management want to create here for us to be comfortable, you know, and have our families here. It's really been amazing.
Thank you, Sia. Pri, you up next? Okay, one. Percy.
Baie dankie Ryan. Good. Congratulations coach Jacques and congratulations Sia. Jacques, can I ask a question Afrikaans? Per opsomming asseblief deur die afrigter, hoe som jy die wedstryd op uit? Was dit natuurlik 'n oorheersende vertoning in die tweede helfte? Is dit die tipe vertonings wat jy wil hê in die beslissende wedstryd volgende naweek op die Kaapse Stadion in die derde wedstryd?
Ja, ek dink ja, dit was ek het gedink dit was wat vir my wat vir my verblywend is die feit dat ons het laas naweek, ek dink ons het die tweede helfte verloor 19-5. Ek weet nie wat in die tweede helfte gebeur nou nie. Ek kan nie as ek nou vir jou eerlik sê, ek weet nie eens wat is die eindtelling nie. Maar ek dink ons was redelik dominant geweest in die tweede helfte. Ek dink die ouens wat van die bank af gekom het 'n groot impak gemaak. Ek dink die feit dat ons vir 2 weke nou kon saam oefen weer 'n volle week se voorbereiding gehad het, dit gehelp. Spelers laasweek het Sia hulle eers die maandag uit isolasie uitgekom, jy weet, om 10 dae in 'n hotelkamer te sit. Is nie dat hulle nie fiks is nie. Ek bedoel hulle het baie hard gewerk tot en met hulle in isolasie ingegaan het, maar nog steeds jy sit vir 10 dae in 'n kamer by jouself. So ek dink dit ons begin 'n bietjie meer momentum kry in terme van dit. En ja, ek dink die Leeu sal definitief ander planne maak en ek dink ons het baie goed aangepas by dit wat hulle gebring het vandag. Ek dink ons het miskien laasweek nie so goed aangepas nie. En soos ek gesê het laasweek, ek dink 'n groot deel daarvan ek het nie van my kant af voel ek het nie vinnig genoeg hulle plan raak gesien en verandering aangebring nie. Ek dink dit was bietjie beter vandag. Maar ja.
Thank you, Jacques. Thank you, Jacques. And we're going to go for one more English question over to Lloyd Bernard, and then we will end with a Xhosa summary for Nathan. Lloyd?
Thanks, Ray, and congrats, guys. Jacques, was it important, do you think, to remind South Africans and South African supporters of the pedigree of this team? I don't think anyone thought it was gone after one loss, but just that performance in the second half, feels like it's kind of on the level to what you guys, dished up at Rugby World Cup. And then, how do you compare that? I mean, are you guys back on that level that you were at in 2019?
Firstly, on the supporters, listen, they were unbelievable. I mean, from 2 o'clock this afternoon in front of our hotel, there's this piece of grass, people came, kids came. It was unbelievable to see. And on our way to the stadium, the support we got from the people of South Africa was unbelievable. I mean, I don't know, for me, I'm getting goosebumps sitting here just to see. I mean, they were driving from everywhere because we're sitting in the middle of Cape Town. So obviously, kids, families, it was unbelievable. And I'm so happy that we could have done it for them, because obviously they went through a lot of trouble to get there and to show their support and to back us. So that this one is probably for them, for thanks for backing us. And even in these COVID times where we don't have crowds and you're so distant from your support, you know, they made the effort to come to our hotel and support us and sing. It was unbelievable. Sorry, and the second part was
just the level compared to where you guys are now compared to 2019.
Yeah, listen, on that, like I said, we if you think about it, we got as a group together where we got everybody together, the overseas-based players, on the 26th of June. Let me get June. That's when we got together. From then, the 26th of June, I don't know what the date is today, the 30th. We only had 2 full weeks of training. So are we there yet? No, we're not. We're not there yet. We are building towards that. You know, the more continuity we get, and the more we can obviously work on our systems and stuff like that. I'm sure there's still a lot that we can improve on. The key thing for us is to stay humble, to not get arrogant about it, to work hard, to do our analysis. And knowing this group, they're level-headed, and I'm sure they'll stay on task in terms of that.
Thank you, Jacques. And finally, over to Nathan.
Thanks, Ray. Again, siyabulela tata ngomdlalo wakho. Phakathi evekini kutshilo uba anizotshintsha i-game plan. Before isiqingatho sesibini, bithini incoko kwi-change room, ngoba sibonile izinto zatshintsha kwisiqingatho sesibini.
Yeah, kwesinqingathi sibini bhuti wam, akhona itshintshileyo. Bekunyanzelekile uba sibophelele ngezinto funeka zenzile, sifumane ibhola yethu, and besiyazi uba xa sifumene imoli yethu yahamba yaphambili sayifumana i-advantage kubo. And yeah, efikile amathuba sawathatha xa kufike nakwi-scrums, bestrong amadoda wethu kwi-scrums. And yeah, bile nto ibalulekile, i-physicality, into esidume ngayo, benyanzelekile ibingaphambili namhlanje xa sifumane i-opportunity, because o-100 no-Lucanio kunye no-Faf xa yazibona i-opportunity bazozithatha, benyanzelekile thina siphambili sidominate kakhulu. So yeah, besivuya sisithathile amathuba besibafumene namhlanje, because le veki pheleyo sibangqutye onke, but namhlanje siwathathile kulaa mjikelo wesibini. But asinophola ngokunyanzelekile sisebenze ngamandla siye phambili, because lo mdlalo wokugqibela ngoyena ubalulekileyo. Omwinayo uthatha yonke into, so sawujonga, sawubeka intloko phantsi, and akho xesha loba nevalo ngoku, okanye unevalo ngoku sawubopha itriya, samnika itriya bopha uvalo.
Thank you, Sia, and thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Sia, and thank you, Coach Jacques. That then conclude our first part of our press conference. We will pause very briefly, and then for the next 15 minutes, it will be 50th capper Stephen Kitsoff and Lucanio Am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Siyabulela bhuti wam.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you, guys.
Sia, have a shower. Have a shower.
No.